If you look up Chandler in the dictionary, it defines it as a person who conveys thoughts or energy from a source believed to be outside the person's body or conscious mind, specifically one who speaks for non-physical beings or spirits.
Greetings, human. The first to reawake this connection consciously. The time has come. We have been waiting for you. Humanity will return to its true connection, to understanding its purpose, to understanding its role, to receiving the gifts that we truly have to provide, beyond the gifts that they perceive to receive from us, from their environment. The true gifts of being human, the true gifts of being a human consciousness, the evolution of humanity.
I realize this might be a lot. So let me tell you my story. My name is Asil, and I've been a channel for 5 years now. I had no idea what channeling even was for most of my life. When I started hearing these messages and meeting these guides for the first time, I actually thought I was going crazy. I grew up in Vienna, Austria, to first-generation Turkish immigrants. I was a curious kid who loved science, computers, mathematics, even chemistry. I ended up getting a degree in chemical engineering and computer science. I was a bit of a nerd. When I had achieved success in my professional life, I was stunned to find that it didn't bring me the happiness I had expected. In fact, it brought me the opposite of happiness, depression and sadness. It became urgent for me to find out what life was really about. Who am I? Where do I come from? And where am I going? I fasted, meditated, practiced spiritual methods, drank medicines. Anything that was available to me, I would do. Little by little, I was shedding layers of conditioning, of pain, trauma, and old habits. One night, after a meditation retreat, something truly holy happened to me. I saw a bright light, and along with a high-pitched sound, a voice spoke to me. You are finally ready, and we can work with you. You'll have to leave all your tools, practices, and techniques behind in order for us to train you. I asked, who are you? The voice answered, my name is Emmanuel, and I will be guiding you through this process. The next day I researched Emmanuel, and I saw that it was an angel. An angel? Okay, now I'm definitely going crazy. I wasn't crazy though. These angelic beings really did seem to be talking to me. I kept an open mind, and these guides kept showing up, offering me adjustments and healings. They told me that they were preparing me to do 3 important things: supporting individuals with their spiritual growth and healing, supporting leaders with their awakening journey, and working with the energetic grid of this earth. The guides say that there is an energetic network that feeds the earth with universal energy. This energy is critical for human consciousness and all living beings to evolve. The mission that we were given by the guides was to realign this network and establish a new network, specifically dedicated to the evolution of consciousness across the globe. This was a lot to digest, but it also sounded like an epic adventure. So off we went. They directed me to visit many places, from mountains to forests, from islands to deserts, sites of many world religions and ancient traditions. Humanity has built temples, sanctuaries on these powerful energetic sites. The guides wanted me to help them activate sacred sites that have been inactive or misused for millennia. I've been to dozens of countries and hundreds of sacred sites where often the guides will share their perspective through spoken channelings. This work has tremendously impacted my life and those that have traveled with me. Join me and the guides as we take you on an epic adventure through Guatemala, the home of the ancient Maya. How did the Mayan civilization become the most advanced of its time in the Western Hemisphere? What made them abandon their vast cities? And how will this work in Guatemala impact all of us?
If you would ask me maybe 5-6 years ago, I would have said, yeah, of course it would be nice to go to Guatemala, but experience it in a very different way. Like a tourist would come to experience Guatemala, I would come here probably to experience Guatemala in that way. But coming here with like spiritual guidance, it makes it all very different. It's like being taken on a guided journey, like listening to the voice of spirit telling us to like go to this place, go to that place. We had a long list of places, but we had over 100 places on the list, right?
Yeah.
And we selected down to, 13?
The guides are very specific with the site selection process.
These 3 will be sufficient to complete the work at this site. Does anyone have a pen? I remembered where they are.
Getting ready for the mission requires all the standard preparations, but also a kind of energetic attunement to prepare the way for the local spirits to accept our presence.
So at the start of every mission, those that are going to be contributing, be part of the mission, get together, and the guides will give you all individual adjustments to attune you to the mission, and then to also attune one another to each other. So that's what's going to be happening here at this experience.
Through the spoken channelings, the guides set the stage for the journey ahead.
Greetings, we are Elohim. With the beginning of humanity, a seed was planted, a seed of consciousness. Humanity evolved. This seed grew with every action, every contemplation, every thought and emotion. Consciousness that was once seeded continued to expand with every individual that was born into the human form. This seed had now the opportunity to witness life, to witness self-awareness, self-recognition, self-love from many different perspectives. All emotions, thought patterns, and cycles of learning were embedded into humanity's existence to be part of humanity's learning and growth process. Many civilizations developed. Some of these civilizations were supported by beings of more evolved and mature consciousness, beings that wanted to support the acceleration of the growth of this seed. The Maya left their mark for the rest of humanity to witness. More than the knowledge and the wisdom that they accumulated and left behind, their service to humanity's consciousness evolution will be its greatest mark.
For expeditions like this, it's always important to have the right local support, both from a logistical perspective, but also from a spiritual perspective. We wanted to be prepared, and we also wanted to go with reverence and respect.
I'm here with Jose Antonio Gonzalez, who is a renowned and well-known archaeologist, historian, and also happens to be our tour guide for the Guatemala expedition.
This site where we are going and where we are already underneath the city, there's this massive site, one of the largest in Mesoamerica and most important. They were connected with the cosmos, you know. Like for example, the cities. The cities are cosmograms. I mean, this is not just something in archaeology is being made to attract attention to tourists to visit the sites. No, we have studies, here studies that when you're standing in the center of a plaza like in Tikal, that plaza and the temples and the design of it is like not resembled but aligned in ways to the cosmos, you know,
Yes.
to all the celestial vault. So you are in sacred grounds in a cosmic map on Earth.
We're going to have the privilege of performing a sacred fire ceremony through her.
Yes.
And give you a blessing of coming to these lands, right? And for having a good journey through all the days of expedition. So she's the one, she's the one opening the channels and the
The
spirits.
doors.
Yes,
She will open the doors for us.
The ways.
The way.
exactly. That,
Wherever
Lindas.
we go to many places, and wherever we go, we always want to make sure that we go with peace. We go with love, and we want to make sure that we are welcome.
Today is the harmony day.
Oh.
Okay.
It's this. Accept who is you, your essence. Respect. Respeta. Respect your feelings, all the force for actuation in your life.
Greetings, my name is Emmanuel. Today's explorations carry meaning, your connection to the Mayan elder that will guide you through this country and through the spiritual realm of this country.
What people need is pray.
In this ceremony, we got to really go through all different aspects of our being, from our body to our heart to our mind to physical, emotional, spiritual healing, to forgiveness, to sexuality, abundance, the different elements, our ancestors. There was just so many prayers, and with this group together, the prayers were very strong. And after that, I got to sit and connect to the guides, and it was really beautiful to experience the energy after ceremony. So experiencing the channel after another ceremony, it really felt like the energy was already flowing so strongly, and I just got to ride that wave, that energetic wave, build on the momentum that was already here.
Finally, we're about to board to go to the northern jungles of Guatemala with dear Asil, Edward, and Crystal.
With our preparations complete, we were ready to set off for some of the biggest sites on our expedition, to start to uncover the mysteries of the Maya and better understand the work that we were brought here to do.
We're taking a plane for 45 minutes, then we're taking a van for another hour, and we will enter the Tikal National Park, where all the adventure starts. But Flores has a particular story. It used to be the capital of one of the most powerful kingdoms upon the arrival of the Europeans. This was the last kingdoms of indigenous cultures to be submitted during the conquest. It fell under the boot of the Spaniards in 1697. So for almost 100 years, 150 years, after the conquest of the whole Americas by Spain, this was a successful kingdom battling against European intrusion.
For each individual site, we never know what the work will be until we arrive.
Look at this. I don't think they're in a particular order. Temple 5 is known to be a site where a lot of shamans perform rituals, so that's already seems like fairly clear.
Here what we're seeing is probably one of my favorite temples in Tikal by several reasons. First, it's the first temple pyramid ever built in the whole city. Second, we have some features there, like the sides of the stair, that are clearly not that 100% Maya, but it's more oriented to central Mexico, to a culture it's called Teotihuacan, a civilization.
The undertaking that took place at this particular spot was the first effort of the human civilization to establish connection with beings of the star system that you understand as Orion. Through consciousness expansion, the humans of this time were able to communicate and understand the required needs to establish a greater connection, a permanent connection, a connection that would provide specific energy sources and frequencies for this plane on Earth. Humanity would be provided with a continued source of refined energy, wisdom, and knowledge, a form of love uniquely provided for humanity's evolution. The first thing that happened was some sort of tablet of writing that was almost like an authorization to reactivate something. An ancient future technology. And I could feel and I could see like more than half of the entire area just being lit up with this light. Like a blue-white kind of light. And energy moving through pipes or pipelines. Energy lines. Very interesting. I feel like we're getting really close to completing what needs to be done here. Tikal, we came here all the way for you. Not just for you, of course, but we tried to bring you here as well.